there, Monica here. Welcome to my desk tour video. So to give you a quick intro about who I am, what I do, where I work, all the things, because I think that might be relevant. So I am a boutique owner and I'm also a boutique coach. So here on my YouTube channel and in my programs, I film videos all about helping you build your boutique business. So that is what I do. Every single day I work in my boutique and I work as a boutique coach, and I work from home. So this is where I spend the majority of my time, in this area here. Now, I do switch it up. Sometimes I'll work outside to change the scenery. I've even considered working in a co-working space, but again, for the most part, I am right here and this is where I get things done. So I thought it would be helpful and even entertaining to not only share with you the fun things like my desk decor, because I love me some decor, but also I want to dive deeper into the tools that I use and how I stay productive, how I organize my filing cabinet and my paperwork as a boutique owner. So if you do find this helpful, or if you enjoy this video, please let me know, leave me a comment, and I would love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, you're welcome to subscribe so that you don't miss out on all the upcoming boutique business videos. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Where shall we begin? Because there is a lot happening here, so yes, let's talk about it. Let's start with my desk itself. So this is a writing desk, and I also got the matching filing cabinet here, which it has two different drawers, and I will show you what's in those because some pretty cool things in there, I think. And I also have this desktop organizer, so it's just two different drawers, and this is my newest addition to my little setup here because I just wanted more storage. I love me some compartments, and I like how it elevates my actual computer and brings it a little bit higher up. So I've had this desk for about 2 years, and I just added this a few months ago, and I will link, if you're interested in that, I will link anything I talk about. I'll put it down in the description. But when I was choosing the desk that I wanted, I thought about my home decor, because this is a little section of my living room, and I chose to have my desk in an open space because even though I do have a separate office space, I wanted to work in an open space instead of like a small little office space. And that meant my desk was going to be in my living room space. And because I wanted it to go with my home decor, which is, we have this feminine farmhouse with little industrial touches. That's the vibe of our home. I wanted it to look nice along with the rest of our home decor. So I'm so grateful for this little section of our home. I didn't always have a desk space, and it's just awesome. I'm so grateful for it. So I love this little wood detail, and the color of it, it just goes nicely. So that is my desk, and also it has like the crisscross here. It looks like a barn door crisscross, and also has that on the side as well. So that's the desk itself. Let's talk about the computer. So I am a Apple fan. This is a Mac computer, and I've had this for several years now, like 4 or 5 years at least, and it's still going strong. And I wanted a computer monitor that was a larger size because it's something that I'm gonna look at every single day, and it just helps when I'm editing my website, my photos. I can see everything clear, and it's just a larger screen to work from. Now I also like Mac computers because of the program. So I use the iMovie video editing program that it comes with, and that's what I use for my lookbook videos and my videos here on YouTube. So I love that, and just there's a number of different programs that I enjoy using from the Mac. So definitely recommend that. And I like the way it looks. It's sleek, it's slim, it's modern. Just love that. So again, I've had this for several years, and as you can see, we got some Post-it notes going on here. So even though it may seem like slightly on the cluttered side, some of you may think this is a lot going on, but my goal is to keep things simple, actually. So I don't really have that much things on top of my desk. I really wanted to keep it clean and just like have a clear headspace when I'm working every day. But when it comes to the Post-it notes, I am just a huge fan of Post-it notes. So I will switch out different quotes or things that I just want to remember as I'm working and starting my day. So these 3 quotes or phrases that I have. The first one is everything is figure-outable. That is a phrase by Marie Forleo, which is one of my business mentors, and her new book, Everything is Figure-outable, and that is something that I think about every day. You know, if you're having a tough day and you're trying to figure something out or something's not going right, you can figure it out because everything is figure-outable. So I like to remind myself that. The next one is consistency, community, and conversions. So when I am creating content for anything, for my channel here, for my boutique, for my social media, for my Instagram posts, when I'm writing captions, I think about these 3 key terms, and this is also something another one of my business mentors reminded me of, and that is you got to stay consistent. You got to think about your community, so your customers, and you got to, conversions are important in business. So I like to remind myself of that. And this last one here, so this one I just added recently because if you're one of my students or part of some of my programs, I offer live Q&A sessions, and when I'm chatting with them live on my Facebook, I remind them, this is where I'm going with it. Okay, so it says, you're not overwhelmed, you are learning. You're not overwhelmed, you're learning. And this is something I try to remind myself as well, because I am always continuing to, I listen to podcasts. I'm always trying to just grow as a person, as a business owner. And when you're taking in so much information, when you're continuing to learn new things, it can become overwhelming, right? So you got to remember that you're learning, and then tomorrow you can take action. So while you're learning, take in the information, write it down, and tomorrow or the next day, plan it out and take action. So that's something I wanted to remind my students, very helpful. Now, the next thing on my desk is this little memory book, which I love. It's called One Line a Day. We've had this, Sean and I, for 2 years now. So what this is every single day, you just write down one sentence, one thing that happened that day, so that you can go back and then the next year as you're writing it down. So it's a 5-year memory book. You can just see what you were up to a year ago. It's just something fun to look back on. So I have that on my desk so I can try to remind myself to fill it out every day. Okay, this little cube here, my little special Rubik's Cube. This was a gift from Sean, and it just reminds me of him because he is just a Rubik's Cube guy. He is all about the Rubik's Cube. And yes, by the way, I can solve this. Maybe I'll maybe I'll show you. I can solve this. I'll use my other cube because this is more of a decor piece, and I love it. It just matches. It's just so, look at that. It's pink. I mean, come on. So I have that on here. This is like my one decor actual piece on my desk, and I just keep it right there. So let's move on. Should we go inside the drawers now? Maybe we should. Okay, let's switch it up and actually talk about inside the drawers, and I'll bring you closer so I can show you. So in this drawer here, I have some extra. These are my my thank you card inserts, or I have different inserts for my boutique packaging. And what I like to do is I like to write handwritten thank you notes to my customers. Now I try to, it's you know, can be hard to do that with every single order that you get over time, but I really try my best to write thank you notes and to just show my gratitude towards my customers throughout the years. So if I find my customers, if someone new who came to shop on my website, or one of my returning customers that I've built a relationship with over the years, I like to write out thank you cards, and I have them here in my little drawer. I just have some extra SD memory photo cards here. So you need these when you go out and you take your boutique photos or your lookbooks. You need some extra memory SD cards, and just the typical little paper clips. And I got this little business card holder when I went to Create and Cultivate. It's so cute. It's like little confetti. So that's what we got in the first drawer. Again, I like to keep things simple. The second drawer, okay, I'm gonna talk more because I gotta show you one other thing over here on this side. So essential oils. This is how I set the mood of the day, and I try to focus and stay just stay on track with what I want to get done. And I have this 8 different essential oils. So I have a diffuser, which I'll show you. I have that in here, and yep, just a bunch of Post-it notes up in here. Some envelopes, you never know when you need to mail something out. Some stamps, you just got to be prepared. So just some stationery items that I have in my drawer here. Moving right along to this section of my desk, let's talk about my favorite gadgets here, and those are my printers. And I've talked about these printers a few times here on my channel, different videos, and I still get this question, and that is, do you still use and recommend the Dymo label printer? And my answer is yeah, I use it every single day. This one is the printer that I use to print out my shipping labels and my packing slips for my orders. This little guy is for barcode labels, so little price tag barcodes that I put on my hang tags of my products. Now, side note, I'm gonna go into even more, I'm gonna talk about these products in an upcoming video. It might be the next one, and that is some shipping hacks, okay? So be on the lookout for that video. I'm gonna talk more about that, but yes, still have that on my desk, and it definitely comes in handy. And over here, let's scoop this on over. This is my little iPad stand. What I want to show you is the stand. So it's a rose gold iPad stand, and you can also use it for your phone. I love this because now with my iPad, I use this for a lot of different things. I use it to work outside, I use it for my notes, but I really use it for my Instagram live videos and my Facebook live videos, either with my students. I'll look at my notes here. I like to follow notes. So I stay on track with things. I know I talk a lot. I've gotten that here on my channel, but when I'm answering questions, I really go into detail, and I look at my notes here on my iPad. Also, iPad is helpful if you do pop-up shops or you sell your products in person. I use that for point of sale. So side note on that, and I like this little iPad stand because it matches my rose gold. So here is my lamp. Okay, not gonna talk too much about that, but actually this lamp was supposed to be for our bedroom when we first moved in here. I got 2 of the same lamps, but I didn't have any light in this room, and I needed a lamp, and I just added it here. Wasn't planning on leaving it, but it's been here for 2 years. So this is now my desk lamp. I like the blue. I like the blue. Okay, let's move on down, and I'm gonna show you what's inside my filing drawers. All right, welcome to this angle. Hopefully it's a good one. If not, we will survive, and I'll be sure to show you better clips of the drawers. But let's start with, as I'm falling, let's start with my first drawer here, and I have 2 compartments or baskets or containers, and let me show you one of them. So they're different looking. This is like a cloth one, has a little leather handle, and this is like a taupe color one. Now, when it comes to organization, you want to make sure that you like what you're looking at. And I wanted something that kind of paired well with the wood of my desk. And I just love the way these look. So definitely stick with your style, with the aesthetics of your entire desk and your office space. I think it helps you want to stay organized, not to mention having separate compartments for different things that you use also helps you stay organized. That's why, even though it's just 2 different baskets, it definitely helps me keep things, again, keyword, organized. I can even add a third one here if I wanted to. So let's talk about this one, because as you can see, I have many notebooks, and each of these all serve a different purpose, and I use them on the daily. So let's talk about that first. Okay, I'll close this so it's not distracting. So the first one is my planner. Now, I love having a physical planner where I can write out my day-to-day tasks or what I'm working on each day. And I also like to have an at-glance overview of my month. So what appointments I have, what meetings I have, you know, if I'm going out of town. So I like to have a physical planner that I can write that down, jot things down every single day, so I know what I'm focusing on. Now, I still recommend having, and I use a project planner, an online project planner, which I go into more detail and I really plan out, again, my projects, but having a physical planner is a must for my day-to-day routine. And I'm so excited. A new year is coming and I get to pick out a new planner. So I'm excited about that. Now, let's talk about, why is talking about planners making me out of breath? Okay. So these notebooks do serve the same purpose, but let me talk about them. So the first one is The Future is Female, and I've been using this notebook for the majority of this year. And what I do is every single day, I write down 5 things I'm grateful for, 5 small things. So it can be, today I'm grateful for my desk. I'm grateful for this notebook. I'm grateful for I actually do write this down every day. I'm grateful for a new day to do what I love. And okay, so that's every single day. And then I write down 10 dreams or goals of mine as if I have already completed them. So these are 10 huge, big dreams of mine, and you write it down as if you already completed them. And that's how I start every morning. This is actually a practice by Rachel Hollis, which is, yes, if you don't know who Rachel Hollis is, be sure you Google her after this video and then come back tomorrow and tell me and thank me later, because you're going to love her. And yeah, so that's something I've been doing every single day to just remind myself what I'm focusing on. And I start my day with intention. I start my day with gratitude. So that's what I do. And I have my own little notebook. Now, these 2 are actually from Rachel's product line. It's called the Start Today Journal. I actually got this one from her, and I haven't opened it yet because I've been using this one. But this one is called Last 90 Days. And this one, I moved over to this one because we are 3 months left of this year, and I thought it would be something different to switch it up where I can really focus on the last 3 months of this year and end it strong. Just as if when you start your new year, you start things off strong, you have all of this motivation, it's a new year, new me. Same concept for the last 90 days, the last 90 days. And again, the same practice that I do, but I'm just using this notebook. I'll show you what it looks like. So you can see gratitude, 10 dreams I made happen. And then you want to focus on one goal at a time to really focus in on that one goal. So not going to show you what's in here, maybe one day. But yeah, I highly recommend this practice. So those are those. And okay, moving on to these 2 notebooks here. Now, again, every year I have new notebooks. Let me adjust the knees a bit because, ow. These 2 notebooks, these are plain, just plain blank pages, and this one here has my boutique logo, and it also has designed with love. So what I like to do is, instead of having just one big notebook to jot down all of my ideas and brainstorm and everything I'm thinking about all in one, I like to separate those thoughts into different notebooks, and this is my dedicated boutique notebook. So if you didn't know, I am completely rebranding my own boutique business, and I'm so excited about it. And I just jot down my ideas, things I'm working on, like my products, and maybe a phone call I had with a vendor, or just anything that has to do with my boutique business. I write it down and I have a dedicated notebook for that. This one here is also, I love this one because this is my education notebook. So I listen to I listen to podcasts, I listen to audiobooks, I take courses, I go to conferences. I am always continuously growing my education. Apparently I need to, but I am always learning, and I'm always growing as a person and as a business owner for my boutique, and as a boutique coach as well. I'm always trying to just grow and do better, and that's what this notebook is for. I encourage you to do the same. So when you're watching my videos, or any one of your mentors, and it's just so helpful to write things down. I'll write it down, and then I'll go back and I will read it over again. It takes me multiple times to really take in information, and I just like to have a notebook for that. And these notebooks here, now I do have some extra notebooks for, now these are my, okay, I need to take some random notes, and I don't want them in my boutique journal. So I do have just some extra notebooks for that. I got this San Francisco one from the Create and Cultivate conference I went to recently. I told you in one of my motivation videos that I made a commitment that I was gonna go to more conferences, meet more people, just meet more women in business, and just network and learn and grow. And that's exactly what I did this year. And I got this cute little notebook from Create and Cultivate. And okay, last thing is, I mentioned to you my Post-it note. Everything is figure outable. This is Marie's book, and I'm currently listening to her audiobook, and while I do that, I like to mark down pages that I can again go back to and kind of reread, and I'll read it as I'm listening, and that's kind of how I like to read business books. So highly recommend this, by the way. All right, this side, maybe I can stand up for this one. Okay. Now I can stretch my legs. So this is the second basket in this drawer here, and I just keep my tech things. So I have an extra lens for my camera. I have a little handheld tripod. This is great, again, for your lookbook videos when you're out and about. This is also an adapter for your phone. So if you want to even do, you don't need a fancy camera to do lookbook videos. You can just use your iPhone or what phone you have. You can film it that way. I have some external batteries. I just got these AirPods from a birthday. Okay, this here, this is, because I work a lot on my phone, obviously for my job, and I also work on the computer, at times, my wrists, I'm actually showing you this. I could have just told you what this was, but okay, this, you have to really take care of yourself. You're using your phone right now. You're probably watching while you're using your phone, or we're just technology people these days, and with that, I've had issues with my wrists, and this just helped me during that time, and I have it on my desk just to kind of help me not get carpal tunnel, okay? And what's important, what I do every day is I do hand stretches and wrist and finger stretches, and I really try to focus on getting up throughout the day. I know this is just a desk tour, but maybe this is helpful for you. But every day as I'm sitting down, I do different stretches, and I move my body. I get I get the blood flowing, and I always do the hand stretches. Okay, that's just a side note. So that's why I have that in here. Just different chargers. And yeah, cool. That's my little gadget basket. Oh, I also have a few extra, these are my tote bags for my boutique. I'm testing out different tote bags with my updated logo. So I love that. Cool, cool. Now let's put back the mess. Welcome back to this lovely angle. And now I'm gonna share with you my file folders drawer, as well as this side I have another basket, another Target basket of some of my supplies. Now let's talk about the folders, okay, and how I organize my purchase orders, invoices, contracts, receipts, and other important business documents. First step, get you some file folders. They really do come in handy and help you, what's the key word? Stay organized. Now, the first one here, so when I get inventory in, you get all these boxes in and you have to put it in your inventory tracking system. So what I do is for that shipment, if I get multiple boxes from multiple vendors, I will take that purchase order and put it in this need to file folder section, okay? So that way I know exactly what still needs to be in the system. Now, the second folder here is what I have already filed for that month. So I break down the orders that, the inventory that I buy per month, and then per season, and then within that quarter, and throughout that entire year. So as you can see, I don't have as many, documents or purchase orders here, because once that season is done, I will take all of that paperwork, and I will file it in a completely separate space, completely different filing cabinet, so that I don't have a whole bunch of papers here making me feel overwhelmed with paper. So that's how I organize that. Again, I break it down into the month, into the season, into the quarter, into the year. And I do keep that copy for a few years, just depending on what my bookkeeper, how long they want me to keep those, that copy of my inventory, so I can look back on it. And just make sure I keep track of everything. So again, I have a need to file invoices specifically for my purchase orders, and then I have already filed for that month. I also like to have a separate section specifically for trade show orders. I have a trade show video, how to shop at the market, wholesale market trade shows. And in that video, I talked about this, how I have a separate folder just for those purchases. It's a little bit different how those are, how those orders are handled. So I like to keep that separate. So again, need to file folder, already filed folder for that month, and a separate one for any trade show or in-person orders. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I also have folders for important business documents. So you always want to keep a copy of your business license, your seller's permit, your EIN number, any important documents, keep a copy of those. Any contracts. So if I am doing a partnership or collaboration with a blogger, I'll have a copy of that contract here. Any receipts that you need, like physical receipts that you have. So say you buy a new camera or a new computer and you need that for your bookkeeping needs, keep those receipts in your file folders. And that's really what I have in here. And you can make different tabs. I have a separate binder. Again, I like to have a separate binder that says important business documents. I've had that for so long, just throughout the years. And yeah, so that's my filing system. Does that help? Let me know. Is this helpful? Now, the second part here, again, I have just a stock of shipping labels. Go through these very quickly, so I always like to have a stock of those. My barcode labels. Again, I'm going to do a video on all of these supplies, but I like to have just extras there. So that's the filing cabinets. Now, there's a few more things I want to share with you that also help me stay productive throughout the day. So hang out with me here. I know this is a long video. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'm talking to you on the floor. But yes, a few more things I want to share with you. So let's keep it moving. Ow! Now let's talk about this side of my desk, which holds many of my favorite things, such as my coffee mug. And this is not just any old coffee mug. This is a heated charging mug, which keeps your coffee at the perfect temperature for hours. And if you're like me, it takes me all day to drink my coffee. And this was just the absolute best gift that I got last year for Christmas, and I use it every day. It keeps my coffee warm. And also I use coffee straws as well, a little silicone coffee straw. And it also comes with this charging coaster here, and it's plugged into the wall. And I try to hide that cord with my essential oil roller balls. So I just love these. I love the scent of essential oils. I love how it makes me feel. And I'm not like a huge perfume person, but when it comes to essential oils, that's my jam. And there's just different ones. So this one's headache. So if you have a headache, you really can go like, you can put it on your temples here, really go to town with it. And there's sleepy or sleep. I love this scent. It's lavender. Immunity, abstract. There's another sleep here, but there's also de-stress, which I have in my handbag I carry with me. Focus, I use every day, and detox. So again, you can just put these on your wrists, right here in your chest, on your temples. Just smell it throughout the day. It just helps me stay alert and awake and calming. I love essential oils. And speaking of, as I showed you my actual the essential oil little bottles I have that goes with my diffuser. So I usually have this flowing throughout the day. It also plays like calming music. So that is an absolute essential that I need on my desk, and that is my essential oil diffuser. Highly recommend. These two little trinkets, little jars here are just to hold my necessities. So in this one I have a bunch of different lip products, chapstick, my favorite lipsticks. I have eye drops in here. When you're staring at the computer, your eyes need this. So I have that on my desk. And this one holds the remote for my diffuser. I love this hand sanitizer gel. It's my absolute favorite. I usually have a lotion in here and a little mirror. And that's really what I have on my desk. And again, I love the look of these containers. It serves a purpose, and it also looks nice as decor on my desk. So that's what I have here. I also always have I also always have water with me. Drink tons of water throughout the day. And my coasters. So speaking of coasters, does this look familiar to you at all? Can you spot this anywhere around here? Okay, let me show you. Now the last section of my desk that I have to talk about and give a shout out is my honeycomb wood shelves. Now I bought these from a small business, actually at a craft show festival in San Francisco, and these are handmade. I always do my best to try to shop small as much as I can and support other small local businesses. I encourage you to do the same. It's one, you get things that are unique. Two, you get to support other small businesses. You know how important that is. So yes, many of these things are from other local businesses. The shelves, the crystals, the candles, all from other small businesses. And okay, so let's talk about these shelves. Now, as I mentioned, yes, these are the same coasters, and I have my my little thermostat here. And yes, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing kind of thing to look at. So when I film my videos, I just put my honeycomb marble coasters on there, so it looks like it's part of my decor. But the reality is, I didn't plan on this here fitting perfectly with my shelves. It just kind of worked out. This does kind of mess with the actual temperature of of the room, but it works, and I love my honeycomb shelves. So yes, I just have candles, a crystal, just some greenery here, and you know, to be honest, I do want to switch this up and just change it up a bit, but I just want to show you how it is now, and this is how it is now, and I'm definitely planning on switching it up, but this works for now. Now, one thing I didn't mention, and I was just thinking about, I'm picking it up from a desk here, is my pencil holder. Just really quickly, I want to talk about this. So this pencil holder, I have just random highlighters, pens, scissors, all the things. Now, the pencil holder itself, I've had this probably at least 5 years, and this traveled with me. I had this at my pop-up shop store, and it's just something, it's just something sentimental, and it reminds me of the time when I had my pop-up store. That was a huge accomplishment for me and my business, and I had this at my checkout register, and this is the one thing that I mean, I have a few things, but on my desk, this is the one thing that just reminds me of that time, and here it is. I also have an external hard drive. I'm sitting at my desk right now. Should I? Hold on. Okay. I also have this external hard drive, and I definitely recommend you getting one. Just go to Costco, get one, so that you can transfer all of your files. So you're gonna be taking, I'm sure you know, you have so many boutique photos, videos that takes up space on your computer, your laptop, your phone. Any files that you have, you want to all make copies of that and have an external hard drive for a separate storage space. Okay, a little side note, another great angle. Now, one thing you're probably wondering, and that is, Monica, where is your desk chair? And here it is, right here. It's this rolly desk chair, and it is not the most comfortable, I'll be honest, okay? And this is actually not the chair that I use. Like, sometimes in my videos, I have a chair, and that's actually my dining room chair. It just looks nicer, but this is my actual desk chair. I have to have a rolly one, you know, to get to and from. I've had this for so many years now, and yes, I need a new one that's comfortable, but also goes with the home decor. That's important. So you can see it's just a small, round, blue chair. So, okay, well, I hope you enjoyed my desk tour video. I know this is a long one. This is a chatty one. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you found this interesting and fun and entertaining, and most of all, hopefully you got some insight and maybe found it helpful in some ways. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you hopefully in my next video. So, bye.
Okay, let's do my Rubik's Cube. I'm going to mix it up.